got your 2025-26 SA URC SA Shield winners, winning coach and captain, Ivan van Sail and
Van Rijn.
It's a new sign, it's like
I was just a shot.
Ivan van Rijn and Frank Wont. Whoever's ready to go, you can go.
Coach Ivan, congratulations. Congratulations on the Seals firstly, but big win. I think the big scoreline is impressive, but I think defensively it's quite an effort. Just your comments on the team's defensive effort.
I think Edinburgh is one of the best teams in the competition that can just keep ball and keep applying pressure and applying pressure. Obviously, we're proud of the big defensive effort. I think our collision was decent as well. We knew that if we were going to be good in that department, they might give us one or two counter-attack or turnover attack options. And from there, I thought we were exceptional.
Franco, I mean, again, 6-2 split. What's just your comments on the team of boys' effort in terms of just the forward pack in that effort?
No, I mean, we scored some unbelievable tries today, but that comes from hard work. It's not just scoring it; it's being there, playing off each other. And you could see today it was a team that was still hungry. We said we need to back up the performances, and because the race to the top 8 is so tight, we have to keep on building and building. And I think it was a solid performance to celebrate the SA Shield.
Coach, you're only celebrating the SA Shield today, but do you think that gives you enough time to sort of get over the win and get back to the work of top 8?
You're referring to gonna have a bubble us because of that? And I mean it not in an alcohol way. I mean we won't get ahead of ourselves. Spoke about this after we won it. Obviously, it's nice in front of Joburg and in front of the fans to receive it, but it was nice to take a couple of pics with that. But I can promise you, Monday morning won't really be about that. We celebrated that already.
And maybe just going back to when you won it, Coach. I mean, silverware is welcome in Ellis Park. What is that feeling like for you guys internally, and sort of what is the thoughts going on?
Yeah, obviously proud, to be honest. As I said, after we won it, we knew that we had to be more consistent against the South African teams, because if you don't get that points, then it's bloody hard to catch it up. So proud in that sense. I think we're the first Shield or country region that all 4 teams have won it. So obviously, I'm proud of that as well. But yeah, we'll be okay Monday morning in terms of prep for the Dragons.
Ek moet sê dan iets vir ons my opgeval het is dat ons ouens is nie bang of hulle het ons confidence op die veld gehad. Ek wil dis iets wat ons net outomaties is. Wat dink jy is daar die rede vir daai ons confidence? Ons sê hoe belangrik is dit dat hulle daar ons confidence speel?
Ja, ek dink is 'n groot pleintjie vir die spelers en vir die coaches. Hoe ons oefen, hoe hard hulle oefen, hoe hard hulle bereid is om te oefen. Tipe goed wat ek dink wat ons met die span doen, ek dink ons is op 'n goeie plek daar. Jy kan nie conference as jy goed oefen. Konstant die regte goeders doen. 'n Regte interne conference. Partykeer ek dink ons conferences is jy praat reg, maar ek dink ons standaard vir ons oefen regtig is regtig hoog. En ek is bly ons kon dit wys vandag.
Ons sê ons het dalk net iets anders die julle het in die laaste ruk daar's so baie goed daar gedoen. Ons maar julle het ook al ons ander jare, jy weet goed, daar's 'n bietjie op en af gewees. Ons hoe belangrik is dit vir julle om ons maandag weer op 0 te begin?
Meer belangrik as wat die wedstryd was.
Nee, maar
nee, ek is eerlik as ek dit sê. So ons weet ons kan nie die laaste 2-3 seisoene het ons ook omtrent 4 by die huis gehad en daarso was Edinburgh en Scarlets wat ons verloor het. En toe was ons 'n punt of 3 uit, so ons weet hoe belangrik hierdie 5 punte was in groter prentjie konteks, en ons weet ook hoe belangrik die volgende wedstryd is. So ons sal definitief maandag inkom. Ek dink dit was 'n fisiese wedstryd, so die lywe gaan maar seer wees. En dan deur ons proses gaan. Maandag is die belangrikste dag van die week, dan is Dinsdag die belangrikste dag van die week. Ek moet Franke en die senior spelers in span baie krediet gee. Ek dink dis waar ons regtig baie gegroei het die laaste 4-5 maande rondom daai proses en om Saterdag uit te kom.
Cash, you spoke about how important this 4-game home run is, before heading overseas for those last two. From what you've seen today, were you pretty happy with what you saw, and would you say that's sort of now job done in terms of now building into those next 3 final home games in the pool stage?
Each game offers you a different opportunity. We knew that they're exceptional with holding on to ball. If you can somehow force a turnover, there is an opportunity for us. I think our line-outs was good. I'm still not happy with the consistency of our scrum. Whether it's legal or illegal, that's a different discussion. But we wanna apply pressure that way as well. I think our identifying of space is improving. The execution therein, I think it's improving. So we'll keep on working on that stuff that we feel is big points for us. And like you guys said, I think our work rate on defence was exceptional.
And good results like last night, with the Bulls in Connacht, does that also help light a bit of a fire under the guys, just to remind them, these guys are on your tail, so we've got to keep going?
Yeah, well, I would hope so. Yes, definitely. The exciting thing about this competition, we know we're in Afrikaans pale vlak. We're in the finishing stages. Looking at the Bulls last night, I think they were unreal. Connacht last night had a massive victory against Ulster away, so we've still got to play them as well. So yeah, we know there's healthy pressure. I think the trick there is be emotionally ready enough to accept that pressure for what it is, but be IQ and EQ enough to understand what we need to do.
And obviously you said that you guys won't be getting carried away now, with the Shield and these big wins, but this now pushes you into a bit of the top 4 frame. So sort of how do you keep the guys grounded and not have them maybe thinking of something even more than that main goal of top 8?
I think good, honest discussions. We will start the week with an honest discussion of where we are and what we need to fix, and then we move on to getting the job done in terms of preparation. So I'll be really disappointed if we get ahead of ourselves, because we haven't showed that recently. We haven't showed it. We haven't talked about stuff like that. So we'll be honest with ourselves in the mirror. We also need to ID what's working for us and keep on working on that, and what do we need to fix. And every week is a new challenge, new opportunity that normally goes hand in hand. So yeah, we obviously will enjoy this tonight, but we'll come in Monday morning ready to go.
And Frankie, something that I've noticed from the team recently, especially the forwards, is your guys' soft skills has really been improving and looking really good. I mean, you guys got like Siba Maharsh, every time he hits contact, he's looking for that offload. SJ Kutsu, yourself, Ron. Is that something you guys have particularly been working on in the forwards, and are you enjoying seeing that come through in a game like this?
Yeah, especially overseas teams coming here. We know we need to keep the ball alive, not to force breakdowns, because then they can recover. But yeah, obviously behind the scenes, lots of hard work in terms of eyeing the picture to see if it's on, if it's not on, and making sure you make the right decisions. But yeah, it was really, I got some goosebumps on the field, some of the tries we scored today. And obviously we need to look at that to see why it's working, and then go back to zero and start again on Monday. Yeah.
And that try at the end of the first half, was that sort of by, after such a big defensive shift, you were off the field, and was that a thing of someone actually noticing the gap, the space there, and taking a quick tap instead of hoofing out our play, which 99% of teams would probably do in that situation?
Yeah, for myself, obviously when we got the penalty, I thought we're just going to kick it out, because obviously being off the field, we just defended, and I don't know what the call was or who decided or whatever, but it just shows you where we are, identifying space, and then playing, and stuff like that breaks the opposition just before half time. So credit to the guys for identifying the space and then just playing off each other and scoring a worldie of a try.
Frankie, I think you've been with the team since the beginning of this URC journey. You've seen every type of Lions team. You've seen a Lions team that was finding a victory hard to come by. You've seen a Lions team in very good form. You've lost a couple of soldiers as well to other teams. Just take us through that journey and what it means to you guys to have this Shield having had so many adversities before that you had to conquer?
Yeah, for myself, since joining the Lions, this is my first silverware, so in that it's obviously a personal goal and it's nice to have. Yeah, we have quite a lot of guys that's played a bit of rugby, a lot of guys that's over 50 caps, so they've also seen it, they've also had disappointment and also excitement. But I think the team is, we know where we're heading and we're not getting carried away with ourselves, and we know we need to take it game by game, and that is what we're doing on the field, and then the result will take care of itself. So really happy for where we are at the moment, but yeah, still job's only halfway done.
And then coach, on your side as well, maybe there have been people who've been questioning your credentials and the tough run of form that you've had in the yesteryears, and what would you say this shield means for what you've been doing for different Lions groups and trying to build a team, having lost players and starting new cycles? What do you think this shield means to your job and the coaches and what you guys have done in the system, as well as for yourself personally in the journey?
That's a big question.
Loaded question.
Out of the last 26 years, I've been at the Lions for 25 of them. 2001, I started as an under 19 player, and I've only not been here 2005. It would be arrogant of me to say full circle, because it's not what it is, because I'm blessed to be here in different stages of career. Also really privileged to work with great people, who we want to be off the field, who we want to be in the office, who we want to be while we're training. I think the thing that excites me and gives me energy every morning is it feels and looks like something to be a Lion. I'm really, really proud of that. Starting in a coaching or admin role in 2009 with the Lions under 19 as a SC, and experiencing that growth and that journey, then moving to the seniors at 2012, that growth, that journey, and that was a special time. Then COVID hit us. I think we lost 42 senior players, had to start over again, and then 3-4 years ago we said, okay, let's build an exciting young group that we feel that we can build something around, and hopefully it's the start of that fruits coming through. But as I said, just immensely proud of everyone wearing this badge that wants to represent something and wants to stand for something, and want to keep on moving forward. Not every day is easy, and I can promise you I'm looking great for 23. A lot of wrinkles, a lot of grey hairs, but there's not one day which I come in and whether it's Rudolf Altman, Neville, these gentlemen here, all the medical staff, all the management, coaches, working with Jacques and Mornay and Julian and Vessel and Ricardo, there's never a dull moment. And I think that's what it's about. It's not just between the four lines, it's also off the field. And really blessed with a great group of players. Hope it's the start of something.
I think lastly from my side, Coach, what would it mean for you to crown off such a season with a place in the playoffs and to be able to share that with the Lions fans who've been watching other South African teams getting into the playoffs? So to crown off a season where you've got the shield with a place in the playoffs for the first time for the Union.
Yeah, like Franco said, he said halfway done. It's actually a third of the season if you take the South African games, but that do put us in a position of contention. All our focus and energy is going into the top 8. Wherever it is in there, hopefully, then we'll make a plan whether we're travelling or at home or whatever it is. But yeah, every ounce of energy, every ounce of focus is going into Dragons, because if we fall short of Dragons, then the pressure changes again. So we'll be 110% into that on Monday, and then for the city, for the fans, for everyone here, obviously it's a goal of us to be in that top 8 and get into the playoffs, because that means Europe, that means playoff, that means so much more. So and I'll say this, I was fortunate enough to quickly pop into the Live Golf yesterday, and seeing what an event like that can do. It's also then our responsibility to see if we can do that for the city, to see the level of professionalism, see the energy, feel the energy. That's Gauteng, that's Joburg, that's who we are. So hopefully we can mirror that. Not just a great event, but also a great sporting opportunity. So I don't want to get philosophical, but hopefully we can do something similar to that and show Joburg what this means to us and get the people here. And yeah, if we can change a little bit of hope, or we can change the economy in the area, whatever that is, for every person, that's something else, something different, then I'm in for that.
Final one for us.
Cash, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this was Ron's first game at number 4 lock, obviously coming in unfortunately with Etienne going down with flu. But were you happy with what you saw from him, and is that now a big option for you there in the locks going forward, and also allowing you to play a few more of your really good loosies, who you've got so many of at the moment? And then just a word on Krappy for his landmark game, and when he came off he had a bit of a limp, was that serious?
Also a big question. Ruan has been training with us for what, 2-3 years as a option at 4. He has started, not a lot, but he has started a couple of games at 4. Normally in the game, he is a backup for us to be able to go from 7 to 4. Hour and a half pre-kickoff, Dr. Ruan came to me and said, unfortunately, we have to withdraw Etienne. Ruan actually came into the game 50-50 as well, so we had backup if he didn't make the game, but I think if you look at his performance, thankfully he did. So it is an option there for us. He is a true 7 option for us. He's also a true 4 option for us. I know it might open 1 or 2 doors as well to really being able to double up there for us. I think he put in a good shift. Obviously, as a 7 flanker, the loose is normal. But I think the consistency in set piece is we're excited about. We can see him really going forward in terms of maul stop. He's also always been a good scrummager. So yeah, a realistic option for us, and hopefully higher honours at 4. And then if I can just make a comment on Krappy, as I described earlier, he's that Lions guy. Came through all the systems, played for Wits, played for Linden before that, didn't have a contract, worked his socks off to get a contract, didn't make the team initially, then went to the bench. Today he's got 5 Springbok caps. I think that's the story that we would always hope for. True Joburg, true Lions guy. I've not made a joke, but that speaks to his character. I made a joke yesterday saying he's the kind of guy that your daughter can marry. Great guy, great team guy, character, fight, as we saw today again, willing to fight for every inch for the team. So we just had a moment before the presser where he said, thank you for giving me each and every of that 100 caps. And then he said, hopefully there's 100 more. So true guy, yeah, great in the team, keeps everyone honest with work rate and the small things. Obviously we're privileged to have him with us.
Space the final one.
Coach, for both of you, but maybe Coach, you can ask. I don't think Franco will tell us, but how much time is he spending with Morne Steyn with that torpedo kick in the first half?
I'll give you a double answer. Clearly not enough, and I don't know why he's kicking it though. No, it's a good internal joke. His strike rate when he's kicking is actually quite decent. So no, there's a bit of PSS happening. I won't disagree with that, but he knows the consequence if he doesn't come off.
I hope you didn't get any arguments from Nizam last night.
No.
Alright guys, thank you very much. Can we just get a final opportunity with Coach and Captain with the shield?